Okay, this is the Bluethner Restoration. I'm going to try and attempt to explain to you how this particular action works, which is slightly unusual. So basics first. Okay, you press a key. That pushes a thing called a jack. I'll point that out, which is that. You can see that. That is the jack. That, when you depress the key, that pushes the jack upwards, and that in turn lifts the hammer to the string. So that's it in basic terms. Now you see that jack pointed out again. There has to be a way of that escaping before the hammer hits the string, as the hammer will just block onto the string. And the ideal is for it to release from the hammer about 1/8 of an inch from the string. That is achieved by the shaping of the back of this jack, pointed out again. It's shaped, and as it's raised by the pressing the key, if you can see that, I'll try and get see if I can get the bag. I can't really, but maybe that's a bit better. Okay, so when that's pressed, there must be something that's has to push it out of the way so that the hammer drops back, and that is done by the back of the jack, which is there, shaped, and it bears onto the pads, those red pads that I was replacing in an earlier caption of the rebuild. Those felt pads. So those felt pads, again, there, you can see the pad makes contact with the jack, and the jack is so shaped that it pushes the jack out of the way. And of course the jack is held in that position by a spring that's there. That keeps the jack with tension and pressure onto the actual hammer butt. The butt is the base of the hammer, where the hammer stem fits into. These are the back checks, but I'll explain those in a later caption. So that's basically how generally a piano works. You press a key, and there has to be some way of the hammer being released before it reaches the string. Otherwise it just blocks onto the string. Ignore the actual sound at the moment because it's not tuned or anything. It's that'll be a future process. So there it is. I'll do another video of what I'm actually doing now in setting the keys up. I've got this far. I've got to go all the way down, obviously. So I've got to here. And I'll explain in the next video what I'm doing. So hope you found that interesting.